What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. Welcome to Sports Talk. We got a great episode for you guys, as always, so strap yourselves in, guys. So, first thing I want to talk about today. I wanted to save this for last, but I think I need to talk about this first. I'm now convinced that the New England Patriots are tanking for the number one pick. It's either that or Mac Jones is really just that bad. Now, a lot of people that are Patriots fans like me had high hopes on Mac Jones. Don't get me wrong. Is he talented enough to play in the NFL? Yes. But is he talented enough to be a starter? That I will say is a no. He cannot be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry, he's not. He's talented enough to play in the NFL, yes. But he cannot start. His arm he's got a noodle arm, if you want my opinion. His accuracy is terrible. He's not well, I mean, he is a little bit mobile, but he's not too mobile. And he throws across his body all the time, which is what you're not supposed to do. Like, to me, I think the Patriots as a whole need to start looking at this. One, they need to figure out who they're going to draft as their next quarterback, because Mac Jones ain't the guy. They need to let him go. Honestly, they need to trade him away, something. Somebody will take him. Some schmuck will take him. You know, get like a 6th-round pick for him or a 7th-round pick, whatever. Just get him off the team. You know, you get, depending on where New England finishes this year and their draft order is, I think they need to get Drake May. For those of you guys that don't know, Drake May is starting quarterback for North Carolina University right now. The kid's good. That's who I would like as the next quarterback for New England. I don't want bitch ass, a.k.a. Caleb Williams. I hate that motherfucker. I don't want him on my team. Let him go to Carolina, or let him go to Chicago or Arizona, somewhere. Just get. I don't want him. Drake May would be a great addition, or even that Michigan quarterback, even though I know Michigan quarterbacks are not really the greatest in the NFL, except for one, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. But most Michigan quarterbacks do not do good in the NFL. They don't. It seems like the stipulation of quarterbacks is if they come out of the Big Ten, they're really not that good, for the most part. The majority of Big Ten quarterbacks that go into the NFL are not good. The only ones that kind of have been decent, of course, Brady. And as of right now, C.J. Stroud. Which I'm going to get to C.J. Stroud in a little bit. I think looking at quarterbacks, it seems the most successful ones out of the Power 5 conferences, it seems the most successful ones come out of either the Big 12 or the ACC. That's what I've noticed is the quarterback conferences. You know, because you got Trevor Lawrence. The SEC too. The SEC has some decent quarterbacks that come out of there too, like Joe Burrow. You know, the Big 12 had Patrick Mahomes. Trying to think of any other ACC quarterbacks that recently have come out that have been good. Deshaun Watson. I mean, even though he's kind of going through some rough times right now. Matt Ryan out of Boston College, another ACC school. Like, that's what I mean. That it seems the Big 12 and the ACC. I'll even go. Baker Mayfield. He's not that great. I wouldn't say OU. It seems like OU quarterbacks aren't that good. sans Jalen Hurts, even though I kind of consider him a Bama quarterback because he only was at OU for 1 year. But yeah, it seems the Big 12 and the ACC are where you got to go to find your quarterbacks. I think Drake May is the guy, though. He is the guy. I do believe that the Patriots, I can't say Belichick because I don't know if Belichick is going to be there after this season. That's another thing. With the way the Patriots are losing, I'm now hearing this, and for all you Cowboys fans, you better get excited about this. All my Cowboy listeners here. I heard they're a team that might go after Bill Belichick after this season if Mike McCarthy doesn't do anything. Because here's the thing. Mike McCarthy is on a short lease right now. I guarantee you, if the Cowboys don't make the NFC title game this year, he's fired. He's fired. I guarantee it. So, to me, if you guys fire McCarthy, you might go get Belichick. And honestly, if I'm Robert Kraft and Jerry Jones comes up to me and say, hey, what'll it take giving me Belichick? Give me 2 second rounders. Either a first and a second or 2 seconds. That's what I want. Jerry goes for it. You guys have Belichick. But are the Cowboys willing to give up that much draft capital? Because I know damn well that's what Kraft's going to ask for. He's going to ask for a first and a second or 2 seconds for Belichick. And that's what I'd want. Now, I'm also hearing the Commanders. I'm hearing the Chargers. They're in the mix too. So again, there's just a lot of speculation, a lot of uncertainty going on with the New England Patriots. And honestly, I just don't like it. You know, it pains me as a fan that I'm dealing with this every week. At this point, I just want this season to be over. Excuse me. I just want this season to be over because honestly, at this point, there's no hope. You know, they're 2-8 right now. 2-8, you're not going to win anything. You're going to get a top 5 draft. You're going to get a top 3 draft pick if you keep losing. 2-15 is not off the table. I can guarantee that. Maybe they'll win one more game, and that's against the Jets, because I know Belichick does not want to lose to the Jets. That is one team he will refuse to lose to, is the Jets. So I think he'll find a way to beat the Jets, which they play them, I think, the last week of the season. So that's like the beginning of January. But other than that, no, yeah, I think New England's probably going to lose every other game. I do. Even though they got to play the Giants week 12, I don't think they'll beat the Giants. I really don't. I really don't think they could beat the Giants. Even though the Giants are down to their 3rd string quarterback, no offensive line, no receivers, all they have is Saquon Barkley. If you, as a Belichick-led defense, cannot just stop one guy, which Belichick has always been known, to take out every team's best player, and say, hey, you're going to have to beat me another way. It doesn't seem like that's happening anymore, though. So, if as a Belichick-led defense, you can't beat a banged-up Giants team, then there's something wrong. I'm dead serious. There is something wrong, and you might as well just throw in the towel at that point. It is going to be rough. For all you Patriots fans out there that listen to me, it's going to be rough for a little while. But hang in there. Hang in there. It's going to get better, I think. Just give it some time. But it's going to be rough. This is what rebuilding looks like. This is what I experienced back in the 90s before Belichick and Brady. This is how it was. It will get better. I promise. It's going to get better. Just Just be patient, and it'll be okay. Now, I want to stay on the topic of the NFL, and I want to go over to the Texans and talk about C.J. Stroud for a bit. This guy, let me tell you, this guy is taking the league by storm. He is quietly having one of the best rookie seasons I've ever seen a quarterback have. He only has 2 interceptions all year. He's in the top 5 for MVP conversation right now. Don't get me wrong, he's probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. There's no, if he keeps playing like this, there's no doubt. But could he possibly win MVP too? Like, are we looking at the stigma of not Big Ten, but Ohio State quarterbacks being terrible in the NFL? Is he going to break that stigma? I believe so. And I'm going to be honest with you. I normally don't cheer for Ohio State guys. Because here's the thing. I hate Ohio State. I always have. And I always will. They're overrated every year in football. Because the college committee that runs the rankings, loves them for some strange reason. Because I don't know why. They could have 10 losses in a season, and I guarantee you they'd still be in the top 25. I guarantee it. So, but I think C.J. Stroud is probably going to be a big thing next. He's probably going to be one of the next big things. You know, because of course right now the face of the NFL is of course, Patrick Mahomes, Burrow, I hate to say it, but Tua Tagovailoa, he's another one. Jalen Hurts. Those guys are the top dogs right now. So now C.J. Stroud is coming in behind these guys, and he's going to usher in the new face. As a Texans, I can't really say I like the Texans. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't like the Texans. I just don't. Maybe because all those years they played the Patriots in the playoffs and we used to beat up on them. Maybe that was why. But I have to say, DeMeco Ryans is running that team very well. He's made them fun to watch. This goes back to what I say, though, and some Texans fans don't understand this. You guys got Nick Caserio as your general manager. He is one of the big 3 of Belichick's front office guys. That's why you guys have a good foundation, is because of that man. I said this back after the COVID season was over and Caserio left. I said, God damn it, we're fucked. We lost Nick Caserio. Who's going to be that guy now? He was the last of the big 3. Because Belichick had a triumvirate of disciples that were whispering in his ear telling him to get players. And those guys were Nick Caserio, Thomas Dimitroff, and Scott Pioli. Caserio was the last to fall. So after Caserio left, I said this is going to suck. Because there's nobody that's like Nick Caserio. Losing Pioli and Dimitroff was okay. But Caserio, no. Kraft should have never let him go. That's where Robert Kraft fucked up. He should have never let Nick Caserio go. He should have made him the de facto GM, told Bill, hey, you're not the GM anymore, you're the head coach. That's it. Caserio, you're the man now. You're the one that's going to get the players. Because look what he's done with the Texans. He's got decent talent. They got a good quarterback. The rest of the offense is not the most talented. But they're talented enough to win games. C.J. Stroud's putting up almost in that offense is putting up almost 40 points a game. What's New England doing? They can't even score freaking 10 points a game anymore. Big differences. Get a GM that can run the team, and you're okay. Now, I want to look ahead to this week's action. Eagles, Luke Anderson, buddy, you guys need to do me a huge favor. I need you to kick the shit out of Frog Boy and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I'm so sick of hearing about him. I'm sick of them. I want you guys to beat the brakes off of them. I want Mahomes injured. I'm sick of hearing about that team. I'm so sick of it. All these bandwagon Chiefs fans, I'm so sick of hearing them. Please, for the love of God, Philly, beat the hell out of them. Just shut them up, please. I'm so sick of hearing of Taylor Swift and the Kelce brothers and Donna Kelce and this and that. You know what? I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here right now about Donna Kelce and the Kelce brothers. That woman gets more TV time than anybody else's mother or father I've ever fucking seen in my life. Let's go back. 7 years ago, and you guys know how I feel about Brady, but I have to take his side on this one. His mother was fighting cancer. Did you see the fucking media talking about that? No. Then you got fucking Donna Kelce over here, fucking got wearing 2 different colored jerseys, which I've fucking seen people do. It's not like it ain't new here. And she gets this TV time, gets the commercials, gets this, gets that. Why? She ain't fucking famous. She's just another fucking schmuck, if you want my honest opinion. She's a football mom. Good big fucking deal. Like, I don't understand it. And then you got Taylor Swift into the fucking mix now too. Why? Who gives a shit? Like, as an NFL fan, you guys know how I am about my football. As an NFL fan, I don't give a fuck about seeing Taylor Swift at a game or Donna Kelce at a game. I give a fuck about my players I like. And I want to see them. I watch the game for them. I don't want to watch fucking celebrities. I don't want to watch fucking Donna Kelce or fucking Taylor Swift or Patrick Mahomes' bitch girlfriend or fucking... even when I was watching the Rangers World Series, I was seeing Dak Prescott and Luka Doncic and all. I don't want to see those guys. If I want to see those guys, I'll watch their games. I don't want to see them sitting there fucking, chilling, watching a fucking baseball game. Especially Dak Prescott. That inconsistent dude needs to be in the fucking facility practicing, not sitting at a fucking Rangers game. That's just what I gotta say about that. Because, you know what? Like I said, I'm so sick of it, I can't fucking stand it. It takes away the integrity of the game and makes me not want to watch the game. That's why I'm so glad I don't watch the Chiefs games. I'm so glad. And honestly, now with all the fucking bullshit they got, you know what I don't understand? They get so much publicity. So much. The Patriots never got this much publicity for all the years they were winning. You didn't see fucking Belichick and Brady on every fucking commercial, or Brady's mom, or fucking this celebrity, or that celebrity. I don't understand it. Like, I gotta stop talking about it. I really do, because it's just gonna get me fired up. I gotta stop talking about it. I do want to say, though, again, Eagles, please beat the shit out of them. That's all I'm going to say. Cowboys this week, you guys got an easy win. Fuck, you guys got Carolina. You better fucking put up 50 on them. I mean, seriously, you better put fucking 50 up on those dudes. Because Bryce Young sucks. They don't have anybody. Like, come on. That'll be an easy win for you guys. And then you get to coast and get ready for that Thanksgiving battle against the Commanders. That's going to be awesome, by the way. Can't wait for that. Also, last night, Celtics were on. I watched them play the 76ers. Now, this was interesting. Now, I said going into that game yesterday, I was like, man, Celtics ain't got Porzingis. They ain't got Jaylen Brown. It looks like they're probably going to lose. But the bench stepped up. Like, they may not have did a lot of scoring, but the defense. It was the defense that stepped up. Like, they were making Embiid, like, pull his hair out of his head. That's how they held Tyrese Maxey down to barely 20 points. Like, they held Philly's big guns down. Without two of their starters, mind you. Al Horford was playing lights out last night, 38, 39 years old. Tatum was doing his thing. Derek White, you stepped up last night, dude. Drew Holiday was doing his thing. He's getting his defense going. He had a double-double. The bench played good. It was an all-around great effort. They won by double digits. Tatum hit a friggin' wide-open three to seal the game. I'm telling you, it was a great victory for the Celtics. Great, great victory. Hopefully they can keep it riding high because they're 9-2. 9-2 to start the season. That's really good. But my thing is, I hope they don't falter near the end of the season. I hope they can keep the vibe going. I also want to talk about some college football here. Now I'm going to move on from that. I want to talk about the sign stealing scandal at Michigan. So, I was watching First Take the other day, listening to Dan Orlovsky, Shannon Sharpe, and my man Stephen A. Smith. I love me some Stephen A. Y'all know I love me some Stephen A. The problem I have with the sign stealing scandal. I listened to both opinions from Orlovsky and from Stephen A. And I agree with both of them. I agree with Dan Orlovsky when he said that suspending Harbaugh before the end of the investigation was wrong. Yes, I agree. I think if you're doing an investigation, the old saying, innocent till proven guilty, right? That wasn't the case here. So, yes, I think the Big Ten fucked up on that because I think they're the ones that handed down the suspension. So, the Big Ten fucked up there. But I also agree with Stephen A. Smith when he said that the integrity of the game is in question here. The way Michigan did it was wrong. Do I think everybody steals sides? Absolutely. But Michigan was having a guy stand on the opponent's sidelines and getting this intel. And reporting it back to Harbaugh and to the coaching staff. So, yes, the way I see that, that's wrong. The way you figure out people's sides is via film. I mean, it's not like you ain't got game film, and that's what Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe said. You have game film. Use that to your advantage. You don't need to be sending some goon to other teams' sidelines, and he's looking and he's like, oh yeah, okay, there's something. Sending a text or all that, writing it down, whatever. That's where the integrity of the game is in question. And in my opinion, the NCAA needs to send a message to every other team like, hey, if you do this, and you get caught, this is what's gonna happen to you. In In my opinion, I'm with Stephen A. Smith on this. Harbaugh needs to be suspended more than 3 games. Now, he did serve one of the 3-game suspensions the other day. And then tomorrow there's a court hearing that may let him coach because Michigan is filing a temporary restraining order against the suspension in the courts. And the hearing for it's tomorrow. And I think Harbaugh is going to be there too. So they're going to find out tomorrow if Harbaugh will get to be on the sidelines this weekend. Now, he technically only got 3 days off because he still gets to coach the team during practices. He just can't be there at the games. He technically is getting 3 days off. He got 3 days off already this season whenever he got caught, which the school actually imposed that suspension, when he got caught doing recruiting violations during the COVID season. So, in my opinion, Harbaugh needs to be suspended, not right now. When the investigation is over and whatever they find, if any implication is against Harbaugh, he needs to be suspended indefinitely. I think he needs to be suspended indefinitely depending on the outcome of the investigation. Now, if they find that he didn't do nothing wrong, he didn't know what was going on, okay, leave him out of it. Find the school, take away some scholarships, maybe do a postseason ban for like 1 year. But if you find out that Harbaugh is part of this, you have to bring the gauntlet down. You have to bring down the gauntlet. And I'm talking, you do a playoff ban, you take scholarships away, you do fines, you suspend Harbaugh. You gotta bring the gauntlet down. Because all eyes are gonna be on the University of Michigan and the Big Ten. Like, they're gonna expect it. So as an opinionated fan, do I hate Harbaugh? No. I don't hate Jim Harbaugh. But if what he did was true, it's the same concept the Houston Astros did. And what happened there? The guys who did it were suspended at least a year. And the team was fined. So, and draft picks were taken away. So that's what I think needs to happen. Indefinite suspension for Harbaugh with at least a minimum of 1 year. Just kind of like Myles Garrett. After a year, he can apply for reinstatement. You find the school, you take some scholarships away, postseason ban. That's what needs to happen. In my honest opinion, if that does not happen, then Michigan, the Big Ten, and the NCAA are going to be so scrutinized, it's not even funny. They're going to say, oh, they favor Michigan. Oh, they favor Michigan. If this was any other team, they would be bringing the gauntlet down. This is going to be a very, very big implication. This is going to be big. This is one of the biggest scandals I've seen since Sandusky. We're going to see what happens. And when I find out that news, guys, there will be a breaking update from me. I'm telling you, there will be a breaking update from me when I find out what's going to happen with the Michigan football program. I don't know when it's going to happen. They haven't said, but it's going to happen. But that's all I got for today, guys. I'm going to have another episode for y'all next week. We're going to recap some NFL. I'm going to go over the college games, too. Texas has Iowa State this weekend. So that's going to be a tough game. I'm excited for that. Hopefully Texas wins. But yeah, I tell you what, guys, down here in Texas right now, to all my Texas listeners, a little cloudy day today. 65 degrees. It's all right, though. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you all next week. Have a good one, guys.